You, sir.
You turned down the editorship of Weird Tales because you couldn't stand to live in Chicago. What would you have done if they had instead offered to move Weird Tales to Providence to allow you to edit it?
That would have been a truly different direction my life would have gone in. I don't know what would have happened. I think I would have done a good job at it. I was a meticulous fellow. I liked to read, and I liked to tell people why their work wasn't very good. I certainly would have picked better art than the pornographic scribblings they put on that cover. No, I don't know what would have happened. I think it could have launched me into a whole new career. And I think I would have liked comic books.
Yes, Mr. Lovecraft, how much weight do you
Well, that's going to depend on the furniture of your room, the position of the windows, and how much light comes in. Generally speaking, you want to go for like mauve, if it's facing east. If it's facing west or south, you're looking at black. Yes?
My home has a particularly bad brown infestation. Would you recommend an exterminator or a more humane method of pest control?
Well, first off, do you know what a raccoon is?
Those little fellows with burglar masks always going through the trash.
Okay, so we know aware of the difference there. I would say the main problem here is not so much that you would have these brown jeans and sorts, but that your house is the sort of house that attracts brown jeans. So that's going to be a deeply structural issue, really going down to a flaw in the space-time continuum. So I suppose get a physicist. I like the one with the piggy people. Something about it just always reminds me of home.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, it's easy. Invisibility. To just disappear. And not have to be looked at by anyone. Ever again.
On the subject of TV, have you seen any of the Ghost Hunter type shows?
I've been made aware of these programs. Personally, I don't care much for preying on the, well, I suppose the gullibility of people. I'm not denying that perhaps there is some form of life after death, although I need proof to see that. I don't count. But for the most part, no, I'm a man of science. There's no scientific basis for any of these things. I'm like that Mr. Pig from that Ghostbusters film. I would shut down that machine just like that.
I know that you're not a religious man, but do you have any particular rituals that are important to you every day?
Well, I do like to get up in the morning and then have my daily ablutions and eat myself a nice bowl of, well, it's cereal, but it's with 4 gallons of ice cream. I eat much better now. That's one thing I'll say for Canada. Their socialized medicine does allow you to eat much better. It's Canadian ice cream, of course, which has its own drawbacks. Doesn't do anything about the taffy flavor. No, and then I just put on this suit and I answer people's questions for reasons that are beginning to bother me.
Since you're a man of science, do you believe that science has gone too far in this century?
No, science needs to go further. We need to exceed our grasp at every moment, to the point where we are completely eradicated by our own science and we can leave room for intelligent beetles to pick up the pieces. So it does open up a whole host of questions about the nature of identity, who one is, and if one is completely determined by one's genetics or one can escape it. Although I have a much more pressing concern. When I was brought back, reanimated, I did not come back alone, but brought with me a sort of doppelganger. He calls himself P.H. Lovecraft. And he dresses nicer than I do.
In life, you were teetotal, but exposure to the 21st century, has it driven you to drink? And if not, when?
Well, no, I try to maintain my habits, but for people who don't know, I now dwell in Toronto, and we went through a dark period under Lord Rob Ford, and that drove the whole city to drink.